Got them things on deck, baby. Happy Halloween, suckers. Got to check the kids' candy, man. Make sure all the Snickers are safe to eat, so I'm going to eat them all. Probably some Reese's Pieces, too. Got to eat all them, too. Got to protect the children. That's what I'm here for. Anyway, I just want to jump in real quick. It's been a minute. This is not financial advice. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't base anything I say off of these videos. Just doing it for pure entertainment purposes only. With that being said, make your own trading decisions. Do your own DD. I always tell you that, man. Don't follow people. Don't follow people blindly. That's where that's where the problems come. Anyways, AMC, obviously, I wanted to jump in yesterday and the day before because I always try to jump in when there's a lot of hype, and I think a lot of you guys know by now how I feel about it when there's hype. It's a commonality thing. It's a common thing in the stock market for it to go up and go down, up and down. There's a lot of people that play the market day in, day out. And for instance, if they feed your social media and YouTubes and stuff with how good it's going to go, and then it goes good, and then they can pull their profits off of every stock, not just AMC. You can watch the market. So you can't really be mad at the people making money. This is how the game goes. You got to learn the game. If you're scared, money don't make money, is what I'll say. So money is going to come in and it's going to go out. The market's going to go up. It's going to go down. It's going to be red. It's going to be green. You're going to decide how you're going to play it. For me personally, at this point, I'm just buying and holding pretty much everything. I sold out of ZK the other day. I sold all my Doge this morning. Probably going to buy back in. Doge is just one of those ones that it's just, for me, hey, if it goes to the moon, cool. I've got a few left, but I sold about 90% of what I had. I've been doing that for a while with Doge. Commonly goes from like 17 cents back down to 11 cents or 12 cents. I usually buy back in around that 13-cent range and try to sell around 16, 17. I've been doing that for months, years actually. So Doge is one of those ones, in my opinion, that's probably going to continue to do that. If it goes to the moon, I won't look back and say, oh my God, I should have held. I do that with two stocks, and it's AMC and GME. I hold through shit that I wouldn't normally hold through with any other stock, just because I've done my research, I've done my DD, and I do believe that eventually, hey man, that's the wild card. You know what I mean? It's just the wild card. Everywhere else, I can make money off of other stocks, other plays, and continue to make my weekly, daily money. But like I've said, for the most part, everything I'm holding now is for an older version of me. I've got things going on the side where I don't have time to focus my attention like I normally do on the market. I've got a couple businesses up and running, full scale, full speed, and they're making me enough money to where it's like, you know what, I can't take my eyes off of that. If you got a main hustle and you're making money off it, you got to keep your eyes on the prize. So that's what's good about the stock market as well. I can jump in, jump out randomly, but for the most part, everything I'm holding is long term, including AMC and GME at this point, unless they squeeze. Obviously, I check the market a couple times a day randomly, but I'm not scaling in as deep as normal. James, what's up? What's up? Hope you're doing good, man. Yeah, and I'm not trying to brag or whatever, but like I said, I'm just focused on these other things right now, which partially, I will say this other business venture that I've got going on that's keeping me super busy wouldn't have been possible without the market. Wouldn't have been possible without me dedicating so much damn time to the market. I was able to jumpstart this business with money that came from the market. So money can be made. And a lot of people say, oh, you lost everything in AMC. Well, not really, because I always say I don't invest more than I'm willing to lose. So whatever I put into AMC, I've made back in other stocks for sure. So you don't go to out to eat at a restaurant and say, oh, you lost your money from your paycheck. No, you just spent it on what you wanted to spend it on. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. AMC to me is still got that huge potential. GameStop is definitely something to keep your eye on right now, especially since Roaring Kitty came out and said that he sold his, I can't remember the name of the stock. You know what I'm talking about, the one with the freaking animal. He sold his shares in that. If he rolls that back into, which I don't think he'll roll it all into, but I think he's going to roll back more into GME. I think you'll see a pop. We could potentially see something in GME like we saw what was that, around June when it jumped up to that 60K, or not 60K, damn, that'd be nice, 60, 70 bucks, and then pop back down. There's a possibility you see something like that again. If that happens again, I'm not so sure that I wouldn't take a little profit. I'll never sell all my shares in AMC or GME, but if I see some pops at this point, this thing's been going on so long, you know, if I see something that makes me a few grand, 20, 30 grand, hey man, I'm gonna pull some out and put some back in. Obviously I'm gonna hold. I've got enough shares now built up in AMC and GME where I would feel comfortable selling some, making some profit, and then buying back in a dip. But if it didn't dip and it rocketed, I'd still have my shares. So that's how I'm playing it. Daniel says Bitcoin's at 70K will eventually become the new currency. I believe you are correct, sir. I can't argue that. I've got my Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, to me, one I won't sell until, you know, I don't even know when. Bitcoin is sort of like a blue chip stock for me. You know, I'm just adding to it and holding it, adding to it and holding it. I haven't added for a while just because I don't want to average up so much. I'm waiting for it to come back down. I do think it'll have a dip again at some point. But we'll see. You know what I mean? If not, I'm comfortable knowing that, you know, hey, I'll make some money off it at some point, sooner or later. But you know, profits are up on Bitcoin. What I actually did is I deleted my app off my phone for all my crypto, because crypto I was playing forever, in and out, in and out, in and out. But at the end of this year, doing my taxes, I'm like, man, all these taxes, these fees, you know, I decided to throw some money into Bitcoin, ETH, couple of coins, couple of shit coins, and leave it there. I've got one more app that I've been messing around kind of with Doge, and that's about it. So Doge, I'm just kind of an in and out play, kind of like how I used to play GameStop. And I stopped doing that with GameStop because I thought, you know, the potential was there. Who knows, maybe it was the Roaring Kitty hype too. But I do believe GameStop, AMC, still my main ones. Orion says, I'll sell some at 100 for sure. I feel you. You don't sell gold. Bitcoin is so volatile, it's going to swing. That's the thing, man. Bitcoin, it is like gold, man. Like you said, you don't sell it. Like you just hold. Like there's certain things that, you know, I'm going to hold till retirement age or emergency cases, you know, and that goes, you know, I've got my blue chip stocks that I just don't touch, you know, I'm self-employed. I got to take care of my own future. So I got to make my own, somewhat like my own 401k. I've got a Roth IRA. Yeah, all that. But what I do on my own is I throw in, you know, a few percent of my profit, couple percent some weeks, 5% some weeks, 10% some weeks of my profit directly into my blue chip stocks that I don't care what price they're at on that day. I just throw it in every Friday and I don't look back, you know. I'll stop doing it when I reach a certain goal, and then you know, maybe when I'm 60, 70 years old, I'll pull it out. I'm 42 now, so time creeps up fast. It ain't too far away. Orion says make your kids a Roth and try to max it out. Good plan. We have some plans. I have 5 kids, so each one of them has some sort of savings, but that would be kind of a good idea. I haven't considered doing something like that. What we do with my oldest kids is we tell them they're having to pay their insurance, and we take their money out of their paycheck every time they get paid, because I got 2 boys at work that are old enough to work. We'll take their money, collect their money for the insurance, say, hey, we got to pay our car insurance. We take that and put that away for them for the future. So, and then we pay the insurance ourselves. But it makes them responsible enough to pay some bills, you know, and also it's going to come back to them at some point, unless daddy's got to go to the casino. I'm just playing. I'll never touch that. My wife wouldn't let me touch it even if I wanted to. But looking into AMC, where we're at with it right now, I know a lot of people are probably just burnt out of hearing about it. And really, there's not a lot to talk about. I think the DD's been done. We're just waiting, sitting tight. You know, it's like when the officer comes to the window, sit tight, buddy. Not that I get in trouble anymore, but when I used to, it was just sitting tight. I think AMC has got, there's a lot of people that make videos about it. Like, this could happen. And all of it's probably true. You know, most of the stuff that people say is true, man. Like, they've done some deep DD and they're still delving in and saying, well, why isn't this happening? Why isn't that happening? The cold, hard truth of why it isn't squeezing or whatever, in my personal opinion, not financial advice, is because the people in control that side of the market or the price or whatever. I don't know who it or what or why or when, who's doing it, but they have so much damn money, so much damn power that they can control it for now. Nothing lasts forever. What goes up must come down. What goes down must come up in the market almost all the time. Does that make sense? I think you know what I'm trying to say. What's done in the dark will always come to the light at some point or another, man. For me, I'm just buying, I'm holding, I'm buying, I'm holding, I'm buying and holding. And then the more I buy, the more I hold, the more my future looks bright to me personally. And if, like I said, I'm willing, everything I'm putting into AMC and GME, but mainly AMC has always been my main one. I always feel like no matter what I put in there, if it should just go bankrupt and everything's gone and the FUD is true and then I'll move on to the next one. Orion says my homie's been buying 100 shares for over 18 weeks now. Hey man, I've been in that position, maybe not 100 shares. I you know how I do it. I've always been like a share a day. I used to share my share count on here, but then some weird shit happened. Someone tried to hack into one of my brokerage accounts. I was alerted, it was flagged, all this crazy shit. So I just stopped doing all that. But I kind of narrowed it down, transferred some shares. So everything I've got now, I've still got more than one broker, but I had at one point like 6 or 7 brokers, man. It was, you know how it was in the beginning stages of this, just in case it was in squeeze. Now I'm down to like 3 brokers. But buying and holding each day. Well, not every day. I used to do it every damn day. Now I've gotten to the point where I reached the point where I was like, okay, I don't even need no more shares. But now I just buy randomly, like if I feel like it one day. But I would say for sure at least 2 to 3 times a week I buy a couple shares at least. And I know I'm not the only one doing that. You know what I mean? There's people I know personally that'll put like $5 a day in or $10 a day in, or each week out of their paycheck they'll buy 2 shares or 10 shares. And you got so many people doing that across the globe. I live in just a small community, and the trading community that I talk to on a daily basis, it's just a small sliver of what's really going on with people buying. So the buying, holding, at some point or another, man, the dam's gonna break, and we'll have our surfboards and we'll fucking ride the wave, and hang 10, buddy. See, right now there's not a lot of FUD. They've kind of got things kind of stabilized, I think, for a while. But it's kind of a good thing when they get comfortable and things are stabilized and something pops. It's, oh shit! Well, Adam Aaron did this. Oh my god! Well, they're gonna go bankrupt. Oh my god! Movies are no good. I've talked about this forever, though. I have talked about this forever, and I don't want to be like toot my own horn, but toot mother suckers. We're in the range I thought we'd be in, and nothing's, and that's just mainly out of instinct, man. Not a whole lot of deep delving onto the chart reading. It's just instinctually, and my gut telling me what's about to happen. Movies are continuing to come out. I've always said this Q3 and Q4 should be interesting. I still believe that Q4, the end of Q4 and the beginning of next year, it could be, potentially catastrophic for the other side. I'm not saying for sure it's going to squeeze or anything's going to happen like that. I hate to guarantee anything like that because you just never know what can happen. But I mean, it could happen today. It could happen in 2 years. It could happen in 2 months. I don't know. That's why I don't play around with those shares. That's why with my GameStop and AMC, I don't play around with them. I'm buying, I'm holding. People think it's crazy, but I mean, you can just look at GME, what happened with GME. Imagine like if you had sold your shares at like $40 and tried to get back in when it was like 200 or 300, So got to have some sort of a game plan, some sort of DD. You got to have your own research. You can't go off of what other people are saying. So I think most of the people that follow my page or talk with me here, definitely more educated than I am or have a game plan. But if you're not and you're new to this, I would definitely have some sort of game plan, some sort of selling points you would want to be at, do the math, write it down on paper. Okay, if I have this many shares and it hits this, would I sell here? You don't want to go into it blindly like, oh, am I going to hit 500, 600? You could get lucky and you might get unlucky. So, and if you're anything like me, luck is never on your side. So have some sort of a game plan. I would say, not financial advice. So that being said, I know there's dudes like Charlie's Vids, Stock Retail. They do a lot of deep delving, nerdy shit. If you want that nerdy shit and you want to get into the numbers, watch them. If you want to see a dude just fucking talk shit and get lucky on the market for the last 3 years, I'm your guy, you know? But yeah, I talked about ZK a while back. That one popped up to like that 30 range. I almost held it to the tippity top, man. I jumped out around like 26, but you know, I had gotten in there around 19. So, and I think that one's going to do the same thing again. I might buy back into that one. I kept a couple of shares, literally a couple, like 2.1 shares or something like that. So, why I did that, I don't know, but I'll probably buy back into that one again soon. The whole market, I don't know. I think everyone, not everyone, but most people know there's that one feeling you get when the market's up high, like yesterday, the day before, when you're like, oh my God, it's so high. I wonder how much higher it can go. You kind of get that feeling like this might be it. And usually that's the correct feeling, and then it'll dump back down. It probably won't go back down to where it was at, you know, the lowest of lows. But if it does, I'm okay with that because I could buy back in more and not dollar cost average up. My main thing is like my boy Orion talking about dollar cost average down every day, baby. DCA every day, baby. But you're right. That's how I play it. You know, that's how I do it too. Think about Tesla, bro. I mean, I know you were in on Tesla. I was in on Tesla. I didn't sell a whole lot of Tesla. But I had been stacking up my Tesla, sort of like my AMC and GME. And I talked about Tesla a while back, and everyone's like, you're an idiot. It's going to crash. You don't want to listen to me, man. And I'm not telling you to listen to me because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just throwing things out there as I see them. Not even see them. Like I said, man, this page is called Instinctual Trades, man. I am not a financial advisor. I go off a gut feeling, which I would never advise you to do. Like, that is a horrible thing. But in my life, my personal life, it has worked out for me. In the stock market, it's worked out for me. I mean, you can go back and look at my videos and say, okay, well, shit, he talked about this, and then go do the timing of it, man. Oh, shit, Tesla went up afterwards. ZK went up afterwards. Vroom went up afterwards. Carvana went up. All these motherfucking plays. And not only that, I'm not even trying to toot my own horn like I said earlier, but I keep tooting it. I'm sorry. But, like, anyone can do it. It really is almost any stock. You could literally just go pick a random-ass stock with no knowledge about it. Just look at the chart and see how high and how low it goes and find a low point, buy in, and sell at a high point. It's just, I mean, it's really not that complicated. You can get deep and you know, check the technicals and go hella deep. And you know, a lot of people spend, this is the sad part. There's a lot of people that spend tons of money on technology and computers and shit. And I'm over here on a busted ass Android following my gut. Instinct is a key thing to this, man. Just saying. There I go, man. Anyways, I better jump in my store. I just want to come in and check with y'all, man. See how y'all doing. Let you know that I'm still here. I kind of disappeared, but I didn't disappear, you know? Like I said, busy as hell, man. I started, it was kind of funny. I didn't plan this, but I started kind of selling stuff like random, like, sports and stuff like this, random cards and shit, hustling that shit to make some side money, and it kind of went crazy on me. At the same time, GameStop started doing the PSA and all that shit, you know, so it kind of goes hand in hand. Kind of weird, not planned. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a fun thing. My whole life, I don't know about y'all, but I was always into like sports cards and comic book characters and shit like that, so it's kind of fun for me to buy and flip shit like that. The hard part is stuff like this is kind of hard for me to sell when I get something like that, like Harry Potter figures and shit, you know, all sorts of crazy stuff, man. But that's kept me busy, very busy. But I'm always on the hunt, just reselling some random shit. Obviously, I still got my store pumping. Got another store opened up, women's clothing, shit like that. So been busy, but have a good time. You know what I mean? Shit like this, like, what? Store is so random right now in here, man. That's the stuff I'm selling online. And obviously, you guys know that we do the sports stuff, hats and shit like that. Like I said, man, I follow my instincts. They haven't led me astray. My instinct told me to do all this shit. It's just kind of funny how it works. The community of GameStop now is, you know, starting to do that PSA and all that shit. And I mean, GameStop's always been kind of like that as well, but kind of goes hand in hand with GameStop. But now that they're grading cards and shit like that, it's kind of what we're doing here as well. So, you got any old cards or old shit you want to sell? Let me know, because I will probably buy it, and then I'll never sell it, and I'll lose money. I'm gonna treat it like I treat my AMC. I'm just gonna buy it and stash it away and never look at it again. Anyways, man, I'm keeping the faith. I'm not stressed out about it. I'm not worried about it. I've done my DD. I know where my gut has led me. I've talked about where I thought, some high points might be coming in AMC. And like I said, none of it's financial advice. None of it's guaranteed. It's all just me kind of guesstimating and following my own gut, which could definitely be wrong. So like I said, do your own research, do your own DD. Hopefully, hopefully you guys are all just making money, not stressing. Don't follow the line every 10 seconds. But like I said, almost with any stock you could pick, you just go back and look at the chart. Not financial advice. This is what I do. I look at the chart and I say, hey man, it's got potential to run back up to another point. And I don't like to buy when the FOMO and everything's up. It's just like when everything's up like it was the last couple days, I'm just like, man, I might buy a little bit here and there just because. But I try to hold off on my buying until it's back to the dumps, back in the red, which today looks like it could be that. It could probably lead into next week, going back red again. And then everyone's going to say, the market's done. It's going to crash the economy. And then 2 weeks later, everything's going to the moon. Oh, my God. I'm a genius. I told you. Then the next week, it's going down. I don't know. You getting how it goes yet? Up, down, up, down. Just ride the fucking wave. It's like a surfer, man. Just got to ride that wave. And you bail out when you feel like you want to. So, gnarly dudes. That's all I got for you, man. I probably made you a little dumber by watching my video. So I'm sorry. But hopefully, you can just make some dumb money. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I appreciate the tips. I got none! You mother... No tips? No tips from me? It's all right. I'm just playing. I think I've gotten like one tip on here once. I got like a $10 tip once. I was like, oh, holy shit. I'm going to be rich, baby. All right, man. Y'all have a good one. Be blessed. Let's get rich soon. Peace.